Hello and welcome to another episode of NewsX Deep Dive with me, Devika Devan. Today, as the first phase of the Bihar Assembly elections wraps up, we turn our attention to a small town in Bihar's Patna district. I'm talking about Mokama, a place where crime, politics and caste have often crossed paths, carry a long history of violence and fear. Mokama has long seen the close intertwining of politics and crime. Dominated by the Bhumihars, Mokama has hardly ever elected an MLA who doesn't belong to the community since 1952, or for that matter, any representative without, imagine this, a criminal record. Bahubalis or strongmen have long dominated Mokama as well as its political offices. The legacy of Mokama was seen in the election as well, with polls commencing under tight security in the sensitive area often called the land of Bahubalis. Located in Patna, Mokama is considered one of the district's most important towns. Less than 100 kilometers east of the capital, the town is located on the southern banks of the river Ganga. The town boasts as the second highest amount of lentil production in the entire country. The town also has a major native industry of leather products, particularly shoes. It's also a hub of railway wagon production as well as significant transportation hub with the historic importance of Mokama Ghat as a ferry point. However, a shadow has now lurked throughout Mokama's past. The reason why the town often makes headlines is not because of its industries or history, but because of its dons and Bahubalis dominating the public and politics. In fact, the shadow of its past has been cast upon Mokama in this election cycle as well. Many of the candidates in the fray have a long history entrenched in crime and violence. Anand Singh, also known as Chote Sarkar, is once again contesting from the seat. For the past 2 decades, Anand Singh has controlled politics in Mokama. The JDU, RJD or independent, the 5-time MLA, may have contested under different banners, but his victory remains certain. According to nomination papers for the upcoming polls, he has 28 ongoing cases against him. The crimes he is charged with include murder, criminal conspiracy, torture, kidnapping and assault. The list also includes theft, sheltering criminals and several arms cases. In 2024, the Patna High Court acquitted Anand Singh in a 2019 UAPA case, citing lack of evidence returning him to the electoral fray. For the past 2 decades, Anand Singh has represented the seat in the Bihar Assembly. Another figure that loomed large is Surbhajan Singh. Surajbhan Singh, first entered politics in 2000 as an independent, dealing a blow to Anand Singh's elder brother Dilip Singh, a then RJD minister from Mokama. Surajbhan's record includes 26 criminal cases. These include convictions in high-profile murders such as the 1992 killing and the 1998 killing of former Bihar minister Brij Bihari Prasad, in which he got acquitted by the Patna High Court in 2014, and then of course by the Supreme Court in 2024. The tryst with crime means that Surajbhan remains barred from contesting elections, with his wife Veena Devi now taking on Anand Singh in the 2025 Bihar Assembly elections instead. Another Bahubali was criminal-turned-politician Dular Chand Yadav. The list of cases against Dular Chand, a rare non-Bhumihar to rise to power in Mokama, goes back to 1991 when he was named in the murder of Congress worker Sitaram Singh. By 2010, Dular Chand faced 11 criminal cases, including charges of murder, kidnapping, extortion, forgery and firearm violations. In the ongoing elections, some of this legacy has carried on. 2 of the 8 candidates in this current election carry criminal charges. The biggest rap sheet, of course, being the one of Chote Sarkar Anand Singh. The leader has kept the Mokama seat within the family since 2005. That's 20 years. He boasts still, however, of 28 criminal charges in his affidavit, even as official records suggest that the number may well over be 50. Another candidate, which is Aam Aadmi Party's Dr. Rajesh Kumar Singh, has one charge of forgery against him. Overall, the Bihar Assembly elections have 838 candidates with declared criminal cases, making up 32%, and 695 people with declared serious criminal cases, making up 27%. In these elections as well, Bihar saw one of its cases of serious violence. The incident, of course, ended in the murder of strongman Dulard Chand Yadav, with Anand Singh being held on charges of murder over the political clash. The clash started when convoys of Jan Suraj candidate Piyush Priyadarshi, including Dulard Chand and Anand Singh, ran into each other near the Basavan Chak in Taratar village. Stones were pelted, but soon they were followed by something more sinister, and that's bullets. Amid the chaos, Dulard Chand was first shot, then he was run over by a vehicle. About a dozen other people were injured. The Election Commission has sought a report from the Bihar DGP on the incident. Police have registered 4 FIRs, including one against Anand Singh by Dulard Chand's family and another by Singh's supporters against the Jan Suraj workers as well. Anand Singh was later sent to a 14-day judicial custody in connection with the case. Carrying its complex past rendered fresh in people's minds with the Dulard Chand Yadav murder, Mokama went to polls today in the first phase of the Bihar Assembly elections. The constituency saw heavy security arrangements as voters made their way to the polling stations. Police and paramilitary forces were deployed at all polling stations, turning the area into a security zone. The seat's intense political battle between JDU's Anand Singh and RJD candidate and Surajban Singh's wife Veena Devi raised concerns, but Mokama saw peaceful voting amidst the high political tension. This, of course, points to perhaps shifting tides in the region. NewsX, reporting from the ground, spoke to residents of Mokama to see the issues that drove them to vote today. Despite the baggage of the recent incident of poll violence and the continuing presence of these so-called strongmen, NewsX has found that Mokama refuses to cow down. Residents did not shy away from naming the issues that concern them and their fight. Locals asserted that the key reasons driving them to vote were issues of vikas and berozgar. Let's in fact listen in.
जब सब समान हो तो उसमें व्यक्तिगत रूप से चूज करना पड़ता है कि हमको किसको देना है वोट, अपनी मतदान। और सबसे पहले तो मोकामा का विकास की बात है, कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है।
सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा तो है विकास का मुद्दा। चाहे कोई भी खड़ा हो, यहाँ तो लगता है कि जो बाहुबली का जो टिकट मिलता है, तो मेरा यही कहना है कि बिहार मोकामा में सबसे बड़ा विकास होना चाहिए।
हमने तो महागठबंधन में है, इसलिए हम तो चाहेंगे कि मेरा महागठबंधन जीते और हमारी सरकार बने।
20 वर्षों में जो वर्तमान है वो कुछ विकास किए ने, और दूसरा स्थानीय जो है उम्मीदवार के नाते जो है उनको मतदान किया।
There are no major educational institutions and there are no better or good healthcare institutions over here. The people of here, Mokama, they don't get proper healthcare facilities over here, for which they prefer to travel to either Patna or Delhi.
All right, Bipin Sharma, senior journalist, joins us on the broadcast as far as the Mokama story is concerned. Bipin Sharma, statistically speaking and historically speaking, I've tried to give a brief background of what Mokama is all about. It's pretty shocking that someone with multiple criminal cases continues to hold on to that seat, but somewhere I feel we've really normalized it in states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, even for that matter West Bengal, where it's okay for someone, for these Bahubalis, for these strong men to keep holding on to political power, and somewhere political parties that continue to promise change will not let go of these men because they have, it seems, absolutely zero control in some parts of the states that they are ruling. But you've just heard what people have had to say as well. Interestingly, the first person who spoke, she literally said that when all contenders are the same, what are we voting for?
Absolutely. I think that is the grim veracity of the state of affairs in Mokama constituency number 178, that is a part of the Munger Lok Sabha constituency, and of course it's a well-known fact that Mokama, situated on the southern banks of river Ganga, has its own relevance, significance. But then look at the irony that this particular constituency has had a long history of criminals who have been in the political fray. And what are the options left with the voters? Absolutely none. So I think that also speaks volumes about the state of affairs. But then there are plethora of issues which plague the Mokama constituency, and there is no denying the fact, Devika, that Bahubali's till date reigns supreme in Bihar, irrespective of the claims that the politicians make during the election rallies. They try to assure the voters that law and order would be quite robust. But then when we look at all those Bahubalis who are contesting elections, and Bihar, as a matter of fact, has had a long history of Bahubalis in the political arena. Anand Kumar Singh is one prime example, who is contesting the elections from Mokama, but then Anand Mohan Singh, Prabhunath Singh, and then in the earlier times we had Shabuddin and Pappu Yadav, Rajan, so many of them, Munna Shukla, not to forget. So, and just look at the charges against them: kidnapping, murder, assault, arms cases, extortion. So quite grave charges. And then, so what does a voter conclude? A voter today in the 21st century duly understands that it is not possible without the political patronage. So that also is quite an irony, that which stays in the face of Bihar today, because Bihar, as I said, has plethora of issues that need to be addressed. The youths of Bihar, because normally in the present day scenario we refer to the youths as Gen Z, and our Gen Z is much more wiser, much more responsible compared to the Gen Z in Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, where they went berserk, and they the sole agenda behind the perpetrators was to topple the government. But then here we have utmost faith on our Gen Z. They want to play a critical role in realizing the dreams of aspirational India, Viksit Bharat. But then who addresses these issues, and who is going to take a call on ensuring and leaving no stone unturned that criminals have no place in politics? Because if you cannot ensure a politics that is rid from criminals, then how does a voter feel assured? He would definitely feel very disappointed, disenchanted. But then on his part, he performs his duty when he participates vibrantly in the festival of democracy, because he has no other option. But then I think a thought needs to go in the direction of cleansing, because we are talking about cleansing the system. That is why this new reform of SIR was introduced. But then what about cleansing politics and getting politics rid of all these tainted politicians, those with the criminal backgrounds? And as per one study, it is so alarming, so appalling, that 2/3 of the politicians who contest elections have criminal backgrounds, criminal records. So I think that is a very, very grave issue, and something must be done. It's now or never situation.
Right, absolutely. Bipin Sharma, thank you so much for joining us on NewsX Deep Dive with that perspective. We step into a very short break.